she's gonna get mad at me. I had very good intentions of being at home for this video. But you know what they say about plans. I had an emergency. I had to go to the Walmart and get myself a new outdoor sofa. Yep, and it fit in the car. Actually, I had to go to 2 Walmarts. And I don't even like Walmart. And I'm so hungry because I hadn't had dinner. So I just stopped at maybe the best restaurant on the planet. And they don't have hats. I just asked. Hold on, I'm going to show you. Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue. But you can't do a video in there because, they're playing like this old music. And, you know, Facebook hates that. Where is Kate? I was behind. Only you. Well, my husband took 2 of our children, the trifecta, it's right now, but it's a difecta. Because Carrie and Joe were going to Boston to dinner. So they had fun plans. So it's just Kate and I. Though she was ready like 15 minutes. Now we're having a difecta. But it's at Smithfield Barbecue. No, I'm not. I'm not at home. Thomas took the kids, 2 of the kids, and I am working down at the beach. I have to finish a chapter tomorrow. And then, what else? Oh, I have a board meeting all day Tuesday. And then I will go back to Edenton Wednesday morning-ish. She was doing a video. Well, I can't help this. Your husband loves Smithfield. It is so good. They say it's a chain, but it's really like, you think you like Chick-fil-A, you need to go to Smithfield. Oh, there she is. She's going to judge me. Oh, schmuckety. Kate, I think you got to do it from your personal page. It said it failed. Kate has 1,111,000 followers. That is a lot of people. What color are the cushions? Grayish. Kate, do it from your personal page. Did you get your cleaning finished? Yes, we did. My husband and I did a lot today. We cleaned out the garage, which is basically full of kitty litter, is what I've decided. Okay, now it's not working. She's going to have to try again. I know she can hear me. Katie, try from the Kate Swenson page. She knows that. Were you in a hurricane? Why? Does it look like it? Look at these sunglasses. No, I went swimming in the ocean and then the pool, and then I didn't have my hair was in my face, so I found these sunglasses in my car, and they're very scratched. So they're actually, I'm using them as a headband. Oh, here she is. Now it'll work. Crap! It's not working. Oh.
There's so much happening visually. It's
No,
a lot.
I can't hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
You're going to have to do something. I can't hear you. I can hear you a tiny bit.
That happens to me sometimes.
So what should I do?
I don't know.
Let me try something.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, they hear me. Oh, now you're muted, Adrian.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Is it better?
Yes, now it's good.
What did you do so I know for future?
I went out like I went over like I was going to check a text message or something, and then I came back in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've had to do that before, but you have to be careful because sometimes you try to go out and you actually disconnect. No doubt.
So, do you ever have people on your lives, random people that say they can't hear? It happens all the time. Like I've had people that are like, I'm gonna stop watching because I can never hear you.
So I've been using this new button at the bottom. It's beside the camera button, and it enhances your volume.
A new button. Well, probably can't do it because I'm not live.
Oh yeah. And then to get, you must turn off. Okay, cancel. Anyway, I like that button. So I'm at Smithfield Barbecue.
What's that?
It's real good.
Is it a
I'll show you.
restaurant?
Oh yeah. There it is.
Fun.
But I can't.
And what's in your cup?
Big tea, bigger than my head.
Oh, we don't do. Is it like a sweet tea?
Yeah.
Is that like we don't have that in Minnesota. Like no one would order. I mean, we have iced tea, but it's usually unsweetened. Like when you say like a big sweet tea, like we don't have that here. It's a Southern thing.
What? Why drink tea?
I don't know. People add sugar, but it's unsweetened tea normally.
Yeah, you can't add any sugar to tea that's been cooked. You got to add the sugar while it's hot so it melts.
Yeah, not here.
That would be, I can't live there then. That's over.
Okay. I draw the line.
Somebody asked what happened to my hair.
It is a question that's on the top of my list too.
Look at it. So I went swimming in the ocean because I'm a fun mother, and then the pool, and then I didn't brush it, but I found these old sunglasses in my car that I'm now using as a headband.
So, fun fact, there's nothing harder on like my hair than pool water, hot tub, chlorine, lake. There's no fixing it. Like you have to wash it.
Salt really will do your hair in.
Yeah.
It's like you've been in the Dead Sea.
So I bought that shampoo that you told me, the
Kevin
Murphy.
Do you like it?
I did. I did. I ordered it. It's from Australia. Yeah. Because like if you order it from them, it's cheaper than if you go to a salon.
Yes, I would assume so. Yeah.
Yes, but it took so long for it to come, and so I haven't reordered. But you totally sold me like that blonde spray.
I gave you my blonde spray. The blonde spray, I don't know what it is. It's like it has shimmery stuff in it.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Oh, I'm good like that.
You are. You're a very generous person.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So today's Sunday. My husband took my children back to Edenton. We got Amos in the car.
Oh, he
and as they
took him back. He came. When did he come?
He came yesterday, early afternoon, and we were doing some clean out. We cleaned out the garage today. So now we have a refrigerator sitting in the driveway of our condo.
Awesome. And now how long are you, so he took Blair too?
Yes, and I'll be, I'm going to work all day tomorrow. You and I are writing our last chapter.
Whoop, whoop.
And then Tuesday I have a board meeting, and then I'll go back either later Tuesday or Wednesday morning.
What's the board meeting for?
So I'm on a board. I've never been on a board before. This is my first board. And it's for Trinity, which Trinity is the camp that my kids go to, that Amos is going to this summer.
Oh, awesome.
And it is about 60 acres. The Roosevelt family gave the Episcopal Church long ago. And I've told you about it. It's on the Sound and the ocean, and then there's a tunnel under the main road to get to the. It's really a great, neat place, and you can do. Actually, we could do a conference there.
And they will cook the food. They have the cabins. We could have a few hundred people stay.
So that's like the mom's camp that I do. We go to a camp just like that.
But it's easier
amazing.
to get to.
Oh, well, that's important. Yes.
Since yours is like in the hinterlands.
We like to bring people into the woods and just see who survives.
Well, this is very woodsy, but you have the ocean and the sound and a pool.
Oh, fun. Let's do it.
Really like water.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we can't do that. I don't know why we haven't thought about that. That's perfect.
So in every keynote I give, when I mention my nonprofit, I always say something like, you bring 200 moms into the Northwoods of Wisconsin and give them a case of beer. And you have no idea what's going to happen. Like, it's shocked every time. It's so great.
We'll get you some sweet tea.
Yeah.
Somebody just said, where is the pretty blonde?
Right here. There she is.
She's at the Smithfield.
Yeah. We're here.
Carrie, they're all excited. Carrie ran a 5K today.
She did. I saw that on the Facebook. My mom says the Facebook.
Yeah. A 5K, Carrie is a runner. Like, I bet she could run like a 10K on the average day.
Yes. That's only three miles. Yes.
Like a 5K is like nothing for her. Now, for me,
yes.
It would be, admirable.
Oh, Amy, I said the third pretty blonde. You were all beautiful. I love Amy. She's so sweet.
Oh, Amy, you're so nice. Yes. So Carrie had plans tonight. She was going to the big city, not to Smithfield, for dinner.
Yeah. Why don't you, Adrienne, give an update on our book? You should.
Why me? Why you?
Well, it's your page. We are writing so not everyone knows this, but we're writing a book called Autism Out Loud.
Yes, we are.
Which we think is the three of us, we think is the most intriguing title, because that's really truly how we live our lives. We don't blend in. One of my sentences in the book is, we don't blend in, this boy and I. We stand out. We brought Cooper to a baseball game today. Everyone knew we were there. Everyone.
We knew this.
Yeah.
What did he do at the game? Because taking children to Amos and sporting events are not good combo.
Okay. I'm going to brag on this kid because Cooper's progress in every area is just, it's infinity, right? And now I always like to say we still have lots of challenges, but we can also focus on like these unbelievable wins. So I went to the baseball game. I went to...
Because he had two, right? Two today?
He did, but I only went... I went to Harbor's T-ball practice, which is a riot. And then I left there and I went to Sawyer's baseball game, that's like their version of the championship. Mm. And so Jamie, my husband, is very smart. So he really wanted to see Sawyer play. Jamie's a very loyal dad, and he really wanted to see Sawyer play. So he says to Cooper, do you want to go see mommy? Now, Cooper hates baseball. I mean, he doesn't. And he's like, yeah, I do. So there they come, tromping up. Cooper comes up. He finds a chair. He plops himself right down. He grabs someone's drink. He grabs candy. He's sitting right there. I mean, he's just so funny. He is a prince. He is a prince, right? And it was hot, like 70, but sunny, really. And so for him, that's hot. And
he and Amos don't really like the elements. We're very against gnats.
We always say the elements. Wind. He really doesn't like wind. Dust.
Wind is terrible. I don't know what it is about the wind. I love wind.
I say that he hears things. Like he turns his ear and like hears things. But so I know Cooper like the back of my hand. So all of a sudden, like he starts going like this. He's sweating. Going like this. And he leans forward. He puts his hands on his pants. Because you know how the sweat drips down your back. You're in these like chairs. And then like a wild gazelle, he like dives forward towards the fence. And I'm like, sprawls out. And I thought for sure, I dove, like, I'm like just as fast as him. I dive right next to him and like, it doesn't faze anybody, but I know those clothes are coming off. He does not want wet clothes. He handled it amazing, like a champ. We got into the shade. And so Grandpa went and sat by him. And I looked at my father-in-law, who was like abnormally calm in all situations. And I was like,
Oh, that's nice.
if he starts to take his pants off, you jump in, Doug. He's like, I got it. He did great. He stayed the whole 2 hours. The sound didn't bother him. The music, the
2
cheers.
hours.
I know. We're like the best autism people ever. I know.
That's really impressive.
That's the longest he's ever done.
I used to try to. I haven't taken Amos to any sporting. Have I taken him? Well, no, that's not true. We have gotten good at track meets because they're fenced in.
Oh, that's so when Cooper, I would say even because Amos is 10,
Yeah.
I would say 3 years ago we had to have a fence. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, and no, he won't. Amos doesn't like run away. He's kind of like the dog. They like to just go flit around. They come back. I mean, there's no like traffic.
What does this comment mean?
What?
Different? Okay, so there's some mean comments. I don't believe they're as chummy as they try to be. Let's go back. I gotta read it. I can't stand Adrian.
What? No.
She pays me to be her friend.
Oh, I thought you meant you were reading that comment and it said, I can't stand Adrian. I was like, that is offensive.
Where is it? I need to go back. How far is it?
You all are not allowed to say any comments that are going to upset Kate. Last week about did her in.
Yeah, I cried. I don't believe they're as chummy as they try to be on this blog. Chris is on to us. She is on to us.
Chris, don't say anything.
Chris, Adrian and I shared a hotel room together and shared a bed. So we are like best friends.
And she slept in my fleece coat.
She took all the pillows.
And I stole all the pillows. Kate woke up and was like, hey, there's no pillows. I was like, you weren't using them.
You stole them. This is the thing that makes me laugh the most. This is so funny. So I go to meet this Yahoo in New York City, like the big city, right? And I don't get in till, it was like after midnight, wasn't it?
Oh, very late.
It was very late. And I just assumed that you would wait up for me and make sure that I arrived safely.
I was tired.
I could have been dead. When would you have noticed?
The next day, what would I have done if you were dead? It was too late.
Went to the Lego store. Oh my gosh. But then the next night, remember, you had like a full-on attack. And I didn't wake up for you.
What kind of attack? What kind of attack?
No, you got heartburn. And you had to go down.
That was bad.
I didn't care.
Why did I get heartburn? What did we eat?
We ate pizza when we got back really late, and beer. Pizza and beer.
Bad. I woke up and was like, I'm about to die. And I had to go down.
Funny. Listen.
I had to go down to the front desk, and there's like a little.
Are they called bodegas?
I'm gonna call it a commissary.
Ooh, like in a prison.
Yeah.
We were in prison.
There's police here. A commissary. And there were some Rolaids or something. And I was like, I really need these. And it wasn't open. So the front desk person was like, you can take them. And I had to write a note about what I had taken and sign my name.
Like, what if you never came back? Like, so funny.
But I did the next day. I was like, hi, it's me. I left the note. I owe you for the Rolaids.
I left the note. Oh my gosh, so funny. You also did something naughty. I was like half in the bag on vacation telling my life story. And she told me she had me on a subscriber live. And it was a big live. And she does this to people. So be careful if you're her friend or her enemy. She will put you on a video.
It is true. Gosh. I mean, the only people I don't do it to is my in-laws, because heavens knows what people are going to say. Or my husband. He can't be trusted either.
Yeah, I feel like Jamie gets me in some trouble sometimes too. He has like a funny sense of humor where like I don't know. It's like not everyone thinks it's funny. So I'm like, oh, you know, like awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, Thomas has like yelled at me before.
Yeah, that's what Jamie does.
And
Yeah.
one time he didn't know I was on a video. Like I did not tell him, but I was doing a video and the phone was like, you know, now my whole family is always on the lookout. Though I try to like say, I'm going to do a video.
Yes.
Well, he came in and was like, I don't know why you're blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh,
My
hello. I'm on a
husband.
video.
Uh-huh.
The real him.
Yes. Yes.
You know, you were saying something. Oh, our book, The Autism Out Loud. And I love, so we have one chapter left to do. Kate and I do.
And
Did
it's
you
kind of
start your chapter?
Well, sorry, what did you say?
Have you started it yet?
No, I know actually that my first sentence is going to be, which is actually a big start. I'm going to start tomorrow.
What is it?
I never thought that Cooper and I would be a success story.
Oh.
It never occurred to me. I mean, honestly, and I truly, like, I was like, I never thought that a boy who doesn't speak and who really struggles has all these challenges. And I'll tell you, every day I get a message or a comment that's like, Cooper is so inspiring. I would give anything for my child to do what Cooper's doing. And I'm like, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. So the chapter's on success.
So one thing about Cooper that I don't know if you've touched on this anywhere is I didn't know before Cooper that you could be nonverbal but very communicative.
I didn't either.
And I don't know if there's a place for you to, maybe this is the chapter to touch on that a little bit. Because like when I met Cooper, he was like,
he tells a whole story in his face.
Like, I feel like he does that and I know what and he was like pointing at himself, you know, or showing you videos. Like he's very expressive. And I think that's important for people to understand.
Yes. Incredibly, is communicative the word? Like, I think so. In so many different ways. Like, so we had a 45-minute drive to the doctor today, and it's not quiet. So like he's pointing to airplanes. Nope. Right. Like airplanes and he waves to every semi driver. I swear, I hope they're nice every time. I'm like, we're gonna die. Like he constantly chatting, but it's not babbling. It's just he's just communicating.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody said expressive. Yes, it is expressive.
But yet, and it's like, I think one of the things that we do as parents and humans is we always long for, like, I would give anything to have like a conversation back and forth. Right. And we do. So I'm very lucky. Like we do, but I don't know what he's thinking. I actually got into it today in my DMs with someone who told me that the reason, it was a young woman, Cooper, I'm holding him back. The reason he doesn't talk is because of me. And that she knows 2-year-olds with the same diagnosis that can communicate better than him. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Where do these people come from?
Like, there's nothing that I would give more for Cooper to talk. Like, I can't even imagine, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so foreign to me. Like, it's like you're comparing me to like Gypsy Rose's mom. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I would give anything for him to talk. I will give him every tool. I will utilize everything for him to talk. Right. And that's not happening. So speech device, like,
I don't know how you, because Amos does talk. You know, if I pick him up from school, you and I are talking because we pretend to be chummy when no one's watching.
We're chummy.
It's all an act. Mommy, I miss you. You know, but and I'm so thankful for that. But then what I miss is, and you miss this too, is I miss knowing how he's feeling.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or like who he ate with at lunch, or who is, you know, like I miss these conversations.
Like the next level.
I miss the next level, though I will say with 3 teenagers, I am not getting much of that level with them either.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Because they don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want to. I don't have any children that are real, like, tellers. Like, they don't come to me and confide. Like, there's some children that, like, tell their mothers everything. None of mine do that.
I would say right now, this probably will change, but Sawyer still does.
I never had anybody that ever did. So
Okay.
I think I don't think I did. Like, what does he tell you about?
Oh, everything. His crushes,
Oh, yeah,
things
no.
yeah. And I get all the
That's awesome.
questions, like the puberty and sex and word questions and that sort of thing. I mean, I have some things I won't share, but just the
Yeah,
funniest stories ever.
but he's really asking.
And he really is. And I get all the autism questions. We have had every question you could possibly imagine.
Right.
Where will Cooper live? Will Cooper be a dad? Every question. And I think parenting's hard, and I've made a lot of mistakes. But one of the things that I really try to do is give him this like space and not embarrass him and not scold him. You can ask anything. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and we were good. The kids were good about, well, we've always talked about Amos. We've always talked about all those things a lot. So maybe he was. I do remember he was maybe, particularly Thomas is my most sensitive one. And he might have been about 10. It's so hard for me to like put it together when I think of Amos being
I
10.
know.
And then when your other children, I mean, as you know, well, Cooper's your oldest, so you've got them
Mm-hmm.
kind of coming later, where I'm like, when Thomas was 10, it was like a whole different human. I mean, today we were going to the beach. We had been working, and Amos, wanted to be up in the bed watching TV, and I was like, "Come on, we're going to go to the beach. I'll chase you." I got him to. I knew he'd have fun if we
Yeah.
could get him outside. And Blair and I walked ahead with the dog, and I turned around, and he had Big Thomas pulling him in the wagon, and I was like, and he was pleased as punch to be sitting in this wagon getting pulled.
Right.
And I was like, wow, like he's 10, and Thomas at 10 was taking his surfboard to the beach. And Amos is happy in this wagon. I don't know. It just really struck me and we like love him for the person he is.
Well,
But
you know
it's
what's so
so
funny about that
different.
is
Anyway.
when you go to, maybe it's the same with track, but when you go to ball games, you use those collapsible wagons to carry your chairs. It's kind of probably the same thing, I'm guessing, for sports. It's like these collapsible wagons.
Yeah.
Just today, Cooper tried to climb in it, and he would have given anything to be able to be pulled in that wagon. He would have been. He's 13. Yeah.
And I guess we'll just keep. I mean, we were in the pool playing, and I was like, what is this going to be like when he's 15 or
The
16
same.
or 16? And
Yeah.
like, and
We're
how
frozen. We're frozen in time, certain parts.
and we have to live out loud, like our book is about, so that people, when they see us, they know us. We were on the beach yesterday, and I didn't take a chair or anything because usually I don't sit down, so it seems like a waste, right, to take a chair. Well, somebody had kind of abandoned their chairs and umbrella, and they had like a Tupperware tub and toys. Well, they love other people's toys.
Yes.
So Amos was having the best time. These people were nowhere in sight. And I was like, well, it's fine. They're not out here. Well, after a while, I was like, I'm tired of standing up. I'm going to sit down. So I sit down. I'm sitting in their chair, and I've got the thing kind of I'm leaned back like this. And then I was like getting real sleepy. I was like, gosh, I never have slept on the beach in my life, but I'm feeling like Goldilocks. Like I could lay right here
Yeah.
in this chair. And the people, they walk up,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm kind of like this. And I had thought to myself, I wonder what's going to happen when the people walk up. Is this inappropriate for me to be sitting in their chair? At this point, Amos has put his whole body into this Tupperware container with water.
Who are these people?
And this woman walks up, and she's like, hello. And I said, oh, hi. I said, he likes your toys, and I got tired. So I just, I hope that's okay. And she was like, and then I was like, okay, well, trying to get Amos or Cooper to leave when you're ready to leave.
And the more urgency you have, they're digging their heels in.
You might as well try to get somebody off a toilet that has like terrible diarrhea. I mean, they do not want to leave. But he did pretty well. I was like, okay. And your voice gets higher. It's time to go. Let's,
Awkward.
Yeah. It was so awkward. But he gets up and he says thank you. And then I think I was like saying things like, let's go home and, go back to our house. Like, she was thinking, these people, like, where'd they come from? And
so they know that you're a local.
Yes, I wanted them to know, like, I wasn't
I get that.
A total robber. And the husband is on the phone and he's busy. Well, we walk right next door to where our condominium is, and we're talking to some neighbors, and it was so cute. The husband walked back over, and it was it was 100 feet. And he came over and he said, y'all didn't have to leave. He said, I'm sorry I was on the phone. It was so nice because it was so.
Did they have a child playing with the toys? Did the child come back?
No, and the mother or the grandmother had said, oh yeah, after I kind of talked for a minute, I think she realized we were totally random, but she was like, oh, our 2-year-old grandson. But I just thought it was so nice of the man, because it probably was inappropriate for me to sit in their chair. But like, we live this out loud life, right? And I think sometimes people will say, well, you're entitled, you shouldn't do that. But it's like, if I didn't have Amos, I wouldn't go around and sit in people's chairs on the beach.
No.
Right? Like,
no.
I don't get off on doing these random things like this.
I don't want to do them.
No, I have no interest. Like,
Yeah.
I've like Papa Squat in the Walmart in the Lego line, for an hour. Like, these are not things I have like on my bucket list.
The age thing is so funny though, because so today, either Jamie or I or both of us had to be within touching of Cooper the whole time. And Harbor and Winnie are 2 and 5, and they ran wild. They stayed in our eyesight. There's nothing, no one has more fun than a sibling of a kid playing. It is like the best life ever. There were other kids there, and they were talking like they a bunch of the concessions dumped the ice, and these kids were playing in the ice, and it was
big
like
old ice pile.
2 hours of like the best, and you feel like a good parent because like your kids are not on technology, like they're playing hard.
Yes.
I love muddy kids; they're my favorite thing.
Right.
But like Cooper, he's 13, and he needed 100% attention.
Right.
And it kind of reminds you, like, speaking of that, like, chair, the family next to us had a giant bag of barbecue chips, and that is Cooper's most favorite thing. Cooper, and I'll tell you, 3 times he chips. He let me know that they had his chips, and I was like, oh, those aren't ours, buddy. Those aren't ours.
And you're like thinking he's going to go over there and get the chips.
Yes, and then I have to talk to these people and like, blah, blah, blah. But like, he didn't do it, and I'm sure they would have been super nice. But it's life out loud. It's like, I was actually planning the scenario. Like, can you just have some of your damn chips?
I know, right. Because there are lines, like, you knew that Cooper can't be out here with no pants on.
Oh yeah, social norms. We know social norms are things. They're real.
So I get the rules. Like, I just think my line of what's acceptable with Amos has just sort of turned like this. So the important stuff is still really important, like pants.
Yep.
But the chair sitting, or you don't go, we're not going to give other people's drinks, but we might steal a sip and we'll say sorry.
So Cooper does not like people's drinks, but he will like, I thought those chips were game over. Like, I was like, game over.
Yeah, or like a donut.
But see, in Cooper's defense, now, again, I don't think he truly understands yet that it's not his. I really, of course,
Oh,
we're working on.
I think he thought maybe they were your chips.
Yes, I don't think yet that he has the cognitive ability to understand that all food isn't his. Like, he doesn't understand that you buy things at the grocery store. I know he doesn't for a fact. Everything's just for the eating. Like money doesn't make it doesn't, there's no concept of money. There's no concept of buying.
Right.
It's just, and I don't know if that'll come. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, that's interesting.
Does Amos understand money?
We just for the very first time, like at the last track meet, I gave him money to buy something. And it was like I was teaching him the basics of like Mandarin Chinese. Like I said, and I only had a $5 bill and he wanted like a hot dog. So I said, take the money. Like he went, well, to start the conversation, we go to the grocery store. He knows where the brownies are. He knows that we have to buy them. So he gets that. He doesn't know how much they cost or how that happens, but he knows we're buying something at the grocery store.
Yes.
But at this track meet, he would go stand at the concession stand and tell these people what he wanted. And these people are, Blair's friends, middle schoolers working the concession stand. And he would be like, "Do you want a hot dog?" And I heard one of them go, "No." And they were, and he said, "You want a hot dog, Amos, hot dog." And she was like, yeah, you have to have money. And I was like standing, back. I was like, well, this is good, right? Good. And he was like, huh. Well, he comes and stands to me and by me, and he like doesn't say anything, but I could tell he was trying to figure out
what to say.
Yeah. And I said, "Do you need some money?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, I'm going to give you money for your hot dog."
That's amazing, Adrian.
But I don't think money could have been like, I could have been like, "Here's your money." And he would have been like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
She told him he needed money. So he knew he needed money, but he didn't really get it. I said, "No, you're going to hold the money and you're going to take it there and give it to her for the hot dog." And it was like 10 feet, but it was good. I was like, I'm going to have to, this is good practice.
So I wonder if people are more comfortable with Amos, like in that situation, because he is verbal. And what I mean by that is nonverbal makes people real nervous, especially like teenagers that are worried about being embarrassed. So like Cooper not talking,
that's interesting.
Like he would just like go up there and stand.
Well, he did that for a while, but they knew it was Blair's brother.
And he's still little and adorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's not a 20-year-old man.
Yes. Yes.
Or like Carrie says, Jack is 6'5".
And he's hover.
A big guy. He kind of hovers around. Amos hovering is easier to, it's like a little pesky fly.
Yes. Do you think he's going to be tall? You're not tall, but how tall is Thomas?
No, not tall. No, I thought my husband, he told me he was 5'10".
So did Jamie.
Well, when I realized it was when little Thomas, we go to the pediatrician and they measure him and they're like, "You're 5'10". And I'm like, no, he's 6 feet. My husband's 5'10". They're like, "Nope, he's 5'10". I was like, my husband is actually like 5'8" and lied all these years. Well, he says maybe he's 5'9".
Maybe he shrunk, Adrian. Maybe he shrunk.
No, he lied. Because now Thomas is 6 feet exactly, and Russell's like 5'11".
Where did that height come from? One of the grandpas?
So my brother was 6'4".
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Yes, and my dad grew like 3 inches when he had back surgery a couple years ago. So I think he would have been maybe quite 6 feet. But yeah, I don't know where my brother. I think my grandmother's father maybe was tall. But, Blair is 5'1". I mean, she's hoping she's, so she's trying to get to 5'2". Yeah. My mother-in-law is like 5 feet.
My mother-in-law is also 5 feet.
Yeah. That's not tall.
Because Cooper is, he was just measured today. I thought Cooper was 5'4".
Uh-huh.
I think he might have been hunched though, because today they measured him at 5'2", and he's taller than my mother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, because when he stands next to me, I swear he's like right here, and I'm 5'8".
You're 5'8"?
Yes.
And how tall is Carrie?
5'11". I feel like she says that a lot.
Okay, 5'11". Well,
she's very tall.
Amos is about right here on me.
Mm.
But yeah,
mm-hmm.
He's definitely going to be taller than Blair. But, you know, I need to go back and look at the height of the other ones at that age.
Oh, yeah.
He seems smaller to me. Like he wears a size 3 shoe. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember what they were. Like, what size does Sawyer wear? What size shoe?
Sawyer is a 5.5.
And Sawyer is how old? 11?
11.
So Amos is 10.5 and wears a 3.
That small.
Small. I think so too. That's what I was thinking.
That is small.
But you know, he is. Well, you and I have talked about kind of their development. Like he's skinny, but he's not. He still seems little, but maybe his behavior. I don't know.
Well, I've said this before. So my friend Allison, who has Pencils for Lucas, if anyone follows her page, she brought her 2 boys over here, and the oldest one is autistic, and they were playing with Harbor and Winnie. And when she came out, or when they came out of the toy room, I'm like, how old is Lucas? Like 7 or 8? He's 11. They seem so much younger. Like I would, if I didn't know Amos, but through you, I would think he was 8.
Yeah. Me too. 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah. I mean, he is tall, but he's not like an 11-year-old.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. You know?
I mean, like Sawyer has 5th grade has been a really big change in him. Like he's a person now. Like he makes his own eggs. He makes his own. I mean, it's shocking.
Own plans.
Yep. He can be alone. He can sit with Cooper for 20 minutes while we go for a walk. Like he's a person. I would trust him with Harbor and Winnie. Like he's, it's so hard for me to think that he's younger than Cooper. Age is funny to me. It's all muddled up.
Yeah. It is. It is. Yeah, it's interesting. You always hear about like puberty being this like scary thing.
It's not scary for us yet. Coop's late. Well, actually, it's not considered late until they're 15. Oh, I found that out with the doctor.
Well, late sounds good to me.
Oh, so it was funny. So our doctor was like, because Cooper's 13 and there's no signs yet. And he's like, are you nervous? Do you want to us to check on anything? And I'm like, nope, no nervous. We're good. Don't talk about it.
No. You know, I used to think when Amos was tiny and we didn't have a diagnosis yet, he was 2. And I was terrified of what 3 was going to look like.
I've been terrified of every year.
Well, I kind of stopped after that because now I'm like, what was I so scared about 3? 3's like nothing. But it was because he didn't talk. And, you could be like, he's 2.
Yeah.
And at 3 just felt like at 3 people are,
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway.
We had a neurologist tell us, and this is in my book, because he legit said, if they don't have words by age 5, then game over. And I remember game over, whatever the F that means. Yep. I remember waiting for his birthday. It was like doomsday, tick, tick. And then it was the day after he was 5. And I was like, is it over? It was so crushing. But then I was really nervous about the teenage years, terrified. And I'll tell you, we're fine. There's nothing terrifying. We're fine.
Right. One thing I don't know if we have in our book or not, but we've talked about it. It's really hit me. And I think, my background in child development like you study and you know, all these things. Where Amos has totally changed, the one thing I learned and was taught is how their development continues. And I was always learned, this is the brain, this is what happens with your brain development, where I see this progress, and I know you do too, all the time. And I think that I wish I had known that that was going to happen. I think I would say to a mom, like, your child may not talk. I mean, there's just because Amos talk doesn't mean you necessarily will. But I do think you're going to see development and progression and skills forever. I feel like moms of
100%.
30-year-olds say that, you know?
Yes. And like, I was told this whole story by this neurologist that and I'm going to word this wrong, but like the brain closes and like stops changing after a certain age and there's no hope. Like there's
It's
nothing.
7.
I mean, I was,
They say it's 7. It does. It does.
but, and that's maybe true, but like, I will tell you, Cooper amazes me every single day with something he learns. And I'm not saying that lightly. Like there's every day where there's something where I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Right. A big deal. Yeah. Yes, I would totally agree with you.
And I've been told by, one of my friends, her daughter Alyssa's in her mid-20s and she is making growth in her 20s. Like she's learning things that they never thought possible. So I'm just going to hold on to that. Like time is infinite. We have time.
Yeah. No, you're right. Every day there really is something. And it could be something as small as, I want pancakes, and me to say, we're out of pancakes. How about we have a hot dog? And he eats a hot dog and doesn't have like a massive throwdown. You know, like that's something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
Let's see. Well, we're going to go do the subscriber page because that's what we do.
Well,
and then
do you have friends inside?
No.
Oh, I thought you were. I'm like, because we could do it tomorrow too. I'm free all day.
No. I just I was out meandering and I bought this couch.
As one does. I just threw it in the back here
for my porch, and then I got in. They had like closed traffic, so then I was behind. So that's why I stopped to do the video here.
And you went in just to get a tea? You didn't?
Well,
eat?
I'm gonna eat after we're done. They're open till 10.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Is it like fast food?
Yeah.
It looks like a restaurant.
Well, they have Brunswick stew. They have barbecue chicken.
Oh,
they have barbecue.
Gee, you guys probably have way better food down there than up here, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think you have more hearty down home. We have a lot of hot dish, goulash. Do you hear that noise?
What
is
goulash?
Like a hot dish, like a ground hamburger, sautéed. Maybe add some tomatoes, some noodles, some cheese, maybe some cream of mushroom, and just mix it up. Oh, throw some tater tots in. I'm gonna make you tater tot hot dish when I come to your house.
Did you just say tater tot hot dish?
It is the best food of all time.
Well, we're gonna do the subscriber video in the Smithfield barbecue so you can see the menu.
Oh, good God. Do we have to pretend to be friends on that one too? Or can we not be chummy?
We can be enemies.
Okay.
She's got her voodoo doll under her table.
She also said that I'm only doing this for marketing, which is it working? Is it working? I'm really trying.
If we were doing this for marketing, it would require Adrienne to do something with her hair.
Well, you're the charm. Like you're the charm of the brand.
My hair.
I know.
So good. And Kate's hair is like luscious, like gold. She's like Rapunzel. Like you could climb up her braid to get upstairs. And my hair looks like I've been like
Rapunzel's mom.
Like Hansel and Gretel. I've been cooked in the oven and got out just barely.
I think you're perfect. Okay, I'm gonna do you want me to wait a minute?
No, we're getting off.
And then
carry on, people.
Get right back on? Okay.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye, friends.